You're listening to 91.3 WVUD and WVUD HD1 Newark. The guillotine's starting early today, and we're starting off with some Iron Maiden. Here we go. All right, so that was The Prisoner from the 1982 album Number of the Beast. Hi.
Hello.
Mike's in studio from Corpse Hoarder.
How you doing?
Good, and yourself?
Pretty good.
That's awesome, yeah.
Good.
It's
a horrible commute here, though. All the kiddos getting out.
Yeah, everyone's, I don't know how UD does graduation, but I'm assuming some people are graduating today, so congratulations out there.
Congrats.
For
sure. Do not try to come into Newark. It's horrendous.
Depends on which way you come in.
896 and Route 4 are just solid.
Oh, really?
Yeah, everything around the Bob Carpenter's.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense, yeah. See, I came in through Kirkwood Highway, and, which is completely clear. So, there you go. On today's agenda, absolutely nothing planned except for playing some Corpse Hoarder songs.
Right on.
And we'll just kind of throw in some other stuff. But start off with this one here. This is from Corpse Hoarder. This is Into the Ground from their spring demo of 2014.
Sweet.
Here we go. Alright, so that was Bears from the band. Yeah, Necrogoblicon from their album Stench. It's an interesting song, along with their other songs on that album are pretty interesting. I had found the song Bears because it was just isolated the part where they're just like, Bears, 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 Bears. And I was like, okay, I need to find this song. So it took me about a day, but I found it. Okay, let's get the whole thing then. There we go.
I remember you talking about that with Adelie when I was in here with Chapel one time.
Yeah.
I remember the Bears conversation.
It was almost like a year and a half ago. It's forever.
Yeah, it was a while. It's been a while.
Yeah, but
it's been more than a year for sure.
Definitely, yeah.
May or maybe the beginning of June last year was my last AOD show.
Right. Yeah, it was the beginning of June. I do remember that.
What was it, June?
Yeah.
Right. And then there was a Bastard Hound show after that, and then I didn't do anything for
a while.
Like 10 months.
Yeah.
Sat around. I went to everybody else's shows and had a good time.
Yeah.
imbibed plenty of alcoholic beverages.
And water and juice.
No, I do that during the day.
Well,
if there's music playing, there's a drink in my hand.
Well,
many a time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good that you're back on the scene because
Yeah, I needed a break too, but as much as I needed a break, I needed to get back at it. This is my life. This is what I live for.
Yeah, man.
Music.
It's awesome.
Especially not being the social butterfly, I'd rather just speak with music.
Something wrong with that at all. I was going somewhere with that, and I completely just lost that. So, next song, Metallica. Is it cool?
Yeah, I love Metallica.
All right, here we go. All right, we're back, and that was System of a Down, Chop Suey, from the album Toxicity, which is a great classic album.
It's probably the only album of theirs I really like.
Really?
I never really got into them, but I did dig that album. And since we were talking about it a minute ago, we'll bring it up on air. Amon Amarth does a killer Aerials cover. Find it. Listen to it. It rocks.
Do you have it with you?
No, I don't.
Darn.
I
Okay.
looked. I don't.
All right.
I did.
I was gonna say if you did, we could hook your phone in and
Yeah.
do it. But that's all right. That's all right. Maybe something for next time, because I would definitely want to hear that.
Yeah, I thought it was a bonus song on the Fate of Norn's album, but I must be wrong because I don't see it.
That's a shame, because
That is a shame because I would rock that.
yeah, that'd be awesome. Feel like listening to some Sabaton, man?
No, but you
Okay.
can listen to Sabaton.
No, that's all right. I had to get that in there at least once. How about New Lamb of God? That new song.
Yes.
That dropped like 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Let's spin that, because listened to that 2 weeks ago when I had the other guys in, and it was awesome. So this is Still Echoes. That's right, guys. Don't try to beat a train.
Don't try to beat the train.
Billy.
Oh my goodness.
I love these PSAs. As
Yeah.
goofy as they are, it keeps us commercial free. So
Yeah.
that and the donations from the radiothon, which we did last month, which we reached our goal. Thank you for that.
But you could still donate money.
Yeah, you can still do that online. I think that goes year round or something like that.
Yeah, and that's what keeps this awesome. That's
Awesome
what keeps
stuff.
cool people like Dean having uncool people like me in here.
I wouldn't say that you're uncool, to a certain extent.
I'm hot. That's how uncool I am. I wish Armin was here with his cheesy jokes. He's better with the cheesy jokes than I am.
Cheesy. So much
Yeah.
cheese. Tell you who's not cheesy is Dio.
No, not at all.
He
I
is
love Dio.
he is not a cheesy man.
Love Dio. I'm kind of sad. There's a little story. I saw Judas Priest in 09, I guess it was, at Merriweather Post Pavilion in Baltimore.
I've been there.
And you know how at the end of the shows, like, they come around and they're trying to sell tickets for tomorrow's show at like a discount.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Heaven and Hell, and the ticket was like $15, and I think I only had like $17 or $18 on me, and I had a toll at the Harbor Tunnel I had to go through, and so I was like, man, I'll just hold off, and I didn't get the ticket, and that was the third to last show that Dio played. 2 weeks later, he was done, and then about 2.5 weeks after that, he passed away.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those, I just punch myself every time I think about it. I should have bought the freaking ticket.
Yeah, and it's the state of Maryland's fault for having those expensive tolls.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, well, that's the truth.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I honestly didn't really discover his music until much after the fact he passed. So it's kind of like I missed part of it.
Oh man, I grew up with Dio.
But I mean, there's the whole catalog right there, so it's there. And we're gonna pull something from Dream Evil, and this is "All the Fools Sailed Away"
My
from Dio.
favorite Dio song.
Oh, well, I picked good then. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, so we spun. We span some of that Beelzebuzz, and we
that's
did some.
a sad loss for the local music scene.
They did come back as Righteous Bloom. I haven't personally
Minus the bass player.
Minus the bass player. But I personally haven't listened to all the new stuff that they have. I just heard a snippet of the one song that they put on Facebook.
There's two of them there, but yes.
Yeah, I've only did the... what have I done?
Righteous Bloom would be the new project from Mr. Ort and Mr. McCloskey. And I'm sorry, but I can't remember the other guitar player's name. I apologize.
Yeah.
Fantastic guitar player. I could find his name in 3 seconds, but
don't have time for that. We're on a radio show, man. Ain't nobody got time for that. So we during those two songs, the Diamond Plate and Beelzebuzz, we did some CD scrounging in the library here at WVUD.
There are some really great albums in there, man.
Yeah. That's why I just like sitting there sometimes, just like, oh yeah, check that out.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done that a couple times. I've done a few shows where I just pulled CDs that looked interesting and just made sure they were clean for air and played them.
Yeah. There's so many things in there that I remember from my youth. We're going to jam some of them.
Well, I mean, this album right here, the CD in my hand is only 2 years younger than me, so.
You really?
93.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dean.
Yep.
Now I feel even more geriatric. That CD right there is monumental in my musicianhood. I don't know the right way to even word it. It's a keystone of my
musical
youth,
background.
for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Richard Christie and just those drums specifically about that album. I don't know.
Yeah. So this is
not that album. Hang on. I'm veering off of the subject, but yeah. Go ahead.
What?
The Philosopher is where we're going right now.
Yeah, that's right.
I was thinking of the albums in here in the bin.
Oh yeah.
So many cool albums, man.
Oh yeah.
Sound of Perseverance was the one I was thinking of, but
I think we have that in there too.
yeah.
I think.
Not the cleanest of lyrics though.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is The Philosopher. All right, we're back, and played a couple songs there. We did the Death song, The Philosopher, Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell, and that was the most recent one was Device, Out of Line, from the self-titled Device. It's pretty cool stuff, man. And we were just talking off mic. I was about to say off camera. About David Dramian doing a song with Megadeth. You said it was something like years and years ago. I'm not aware of that, but he did do one on Super Collider, the most recent Megadeth.
Oh my goodness.
It's one of the few songs on the album that's actually good.
Yeah,
or
that tells you how
decent.
much I listen to that album.
Yeah. Well, we'll spin that next. I do want to find something though, because
I think I listened to like 3 songs off that album and was like, no.
The one song I can't stand is Burn. It's so bad.
What's the first song? It was horrible.
Kingmaker?
No, not the solo. The first song on the album.
No, Kingmaker's the first one, but the self-titled Super Collider song is another god-awful one.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Somebody sent me a link to it, and like, it was like a stream or live stream or something. I was listening to it. I made it like 9 or 10 minutes into it. I was like, yeah, this is trash.
Yeah. So let's spin that, and I'll play this first, and then we'll do it. So here we go.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Scruffo from Corpse Hoarder, and you're listening to The Guillotine on 91.3 WVUD and WVUD HD1, Newark, Delaware. Get some.
All right, so that was Megadeth.
That was better than the other tracks I'd listened to off that album.
Yeah, there's a few good ones on that. I would say give it another go just to see which ones you can stomach, but there are some on there that are...
know, man. That's one of those ones where it's like somebody tells you, hey, let's go to this place, and you're like, man, the last time I was there, I got really bad poison ivy. You're like, man, but they cleared it out, and you're still like, the poison ivy's still stuck in your brain. You're like, nah, I'm not going back there.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. But
what was the one before Super Collider called?
13?
Oh, yeah.
And then Endgame.
Right. 13. That's what I'm thinking of.
A lot of people didn't like 13. I actually like that one. A lot of people didn't like 13. I actually like that one.
It was better than Super Collider.
Oh, of course.
It was way better than Super Collider.
I mean, Sudden Death was awesome off that album. Off 13.
13? Yeah, it had a couple good songs.
Public Enemy #1 was great.
It had a really cheesy video.
It was the one with the monkeys
in the black and white. They're playing cards and stuff.
And, yeah, they're just like a Western kind of thing.
Yeah, it was horrible.
It's hilarious.
That's not what I expected, Davis. Because he's really like he's a lot like me. He's really serious all the time.
Yeah.
And that's not something I would see Dave Mustaine doing. And when I watched the video, I just laughed the whole time.
Yeah, like the last music video they did, he's sitting there, he hijacked a tank and drove it around town. So
that was Super Collider, wasn't it?
Endgame.
What was this? They didn't do a video for Super Collider? They're in the video? I thought there was.
Did they? I might have missed it.
Yeah, and if I remember, yes, I'm pretty sure. And if I remember, it was horrendous.
It's like anything related to Super Collider, people just run away from. It's just nope.
Just call it measles.
Measles.
All right, so what do we got? What are you going to play next?
We got, what's this? Galactic Cowboys?
Oh, Galactic Cowboys. Yeah, songs from my youth here is what we're playing now. This is one of those songs where I ended up buying an album just because I liked one song I had seen. You know, at this point in time, I think I was like 15, 16? Does it say what year the album come out?
93.
I was 16, so...
I was 2.
I was 2. I watched Headbangers Ball and the video come on, and I was like, this rocks. So I went out and I bought the album for this one song.
Hey, I mean, that's like one of the best reasons to find other songs. Like, he's like, oh, I bought this album just because this one particular song was amazing I heard on the radio.
It was a solid album, too.
Yeah, and you find out the rest of them are great.
It was a solid album. I think they only put out 3 albums. Galactic Cowboys.
Yeah, so this is, what's the first track?
If I Were a Killer.
Yep, If I Were a Killer. So here we go. All right, so Galactic Cowboys. It's pretty good. It was my first time hearing it, but
good stuff.
I enjoyed it. Thank you for sharing.
Awesome. Thanks for playing.
So I think it's been a while since we played your band today.
Sweet.
So we're gonna play some Corpse Hoarder, but before that, let's go into the main, event-wise.
Sure.
Why you're here?
Tomorrow night in Claymont at Mojo 13 on Philly Pike will be the Scruffo birthday show. It'll be Corpse Hoarder, Cognitive, One with Nothing, and
Crack House.
And yeah, okay, I was didn't know if that was cool. And then actually, no, I think the other band dropped.
Did they?
Yeah, Hell Rad.
I don't remember seeing.
I have to check. I think they dropped off the bill. So
that happens. I mean,
yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Going to be a really good show. It's going to probably get a little crazy.
It'll be at 8 p.m. That I do know.
Yes. I think doors are at 7. Show starts at 8. I think, or 9, 8.
Facebook's at 8.
Yeah. There we go. 8 o'clock. Yep. And the other band did indeed drop. So it is Crack House, One with Nothing. Nope, I did forgot one. Disgorgement. So they'll be opening the show, and then it's Crack House and Cognitive and us and One with Nothing.
Cool.
Some really good musicians.
Yeah. So if you're free tomorrow and you want to help Scruffo celebrate his birthday,
come on up and get tanked with us. It'd be a grand old time. Hootenanny, hoedown, throwdown of epic proportions.
Hootenanny.
I'm going to make sure that at least 20 or 30 people have hangovers on Sunday. Guaranteed.
It's the Mykel Dotson guarantee.
Guaranteed. Take it to the bank. You can take that to the bank.
It's better than digging up bodies and posing them as like dolls and stuff.
Yeah, that's a little creepy.
Yeah, so let's listen to a song about that, because that'll be cool.
Awesome.
What do you know about being sick?
So, that was Gung Ho from Anthrax.
Good old school Anthrax.
Yeah. Old school. Actually, you say old school. I'm in the mood to see if we got anything good for vinyl. So we're going to need some time to look for that. But I do want to, like...
Real quick, what's your favorite Anthrax album?
Oh, jeez.
Don't tell me the John Bush ones.
No, it's... I mean, I really do like the most recent one, the Worship Music.
Yeah, that's a solid, very solid album.
That's great. Hey, let me just look at the list because I can't remember all the names of them.
State of Euphoria, Among the Living, Sound of White. No, I don't care.
I'd have to say I'm tied between Among the Living and the very first one, Fistful of Metal.
Really?
The one with, what's his name?
The other singer.
Neil Turbin or something like that?
Yeah.
But Among the Living's really good because it's got all the classics on there. Caught in a Mosh.
Yeah, Among the Living's good.
I Am the Law. Skeleton in the Closet. Indians. Imitation of Life's a great song. I love that song. But what's your favorite?
Probably Among the Living.
Yeah?
Probably, yeah.
Among.
Very good.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going to go look for some vinyl. But in the meantime, we're going to play you this song. And everyone will be happy. Mike's going to be happy. I'm going to be happy. Here we go. All right, so that was Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. And a guy talking about crystal meth.
And a guy talking about crystal meth.
Yeah, man. It's a good classic song. Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, not the crystal meth. That's not a classic song.
That's not a classic song at all. I don't even have to say that.
So we found some stuff. We'll play it in a little
indeed.
bit once we come to a decision of which we want to play.
When did we go to?
Like 6:30
Right on. So we got a solid
or
bunch of music left to play.
or 7. Depends.
Awesome.
But whatever we feel like, right? So I'm gonna play. I don't think I've touched a super cheesy power metal song yet. So I'm feeling out of my element. So we're gonna play. Actually, no. This is even like ridiculous by my standards. This
is
song.
Velveeta.
Yeah, it's Velveeta, like to the max. It's like a full block of it just slapped right on the table. Because I don't know if you've seen the music video to this. If you haven't, listen along. The song is Nocturnal Rites, Avalon. The music video for this is hilariously ridiculous.
This guy's voice always reminds me of John Bon Jovi. You make the call yourself when you hear it.
I'm just still laughing to myself about the music video. Yeah, it's great. So here it is.
What's going on, Delaware? This is Scruffo from Corpse Hoarder, and you are listening to 91.3 WVUD and WVUD HD1, Newark, Delaware. Yo.
Yo.
Yo, let me tell you about this John.
Let me tell you about this John. Yo.
If you've missed introductions that happened almost 2.5 hours ago or something like that, Mike from Corpse Hoarder is in studio with me.
Howdy.
And we're talking about music and stuff. It's 6 o'clock. 6:05 actually. And we are going to play some vinyl. Don't do this very often because I'm lazy, and that's basically my only excuse. That, and I can't. It's hard to find like all the good stuff. Like,
yeah, there was a lot of really vague, random, weird vinyl in there.
Yeah. But this is not weird or vague. It's Queensryche.
No, this is cool.
So here we go. All right, so that was the first 2 tracks of The Warning from Queensryche on vinyl. So that's why there was snap, crackles, and pops all over the place. Classic stuff.
It was the first 2 tracks of Rice Krispies.
Yeah. Queensryche, the cereal, now with more marshmallows. Superman's coming, guys.
Superman's here.
All right, so I did have a request for some guar.
Guar.
So we're going to play that now. All right, so that was some guar. Guar.
Dave Brocky, rest in peace, buddy.
Yes. Rip in peace. Yeah.
Don't do drugs, kids. That's why, because you end up dead.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So it's that time of the show to talk about what's going on local music-wise.
Lots of shows.
I know Mike's phone's been blowing up, and I have a whole bunch of events. So, main one we've been talking about is tomorrow.
Correct.
At Mojo 13 at 8 p.m. is Scruffo's birthday bash.
Yo. Let me tell you about this birthday bash. There's a whole lot of them. I don't know if any of you are going to Philly, but there's a couple shows in Philly. Flesh Engine and Assayer tomorrow night as well. There's a show on Saturday at JB McGinnis. Ashes to Vanity and Seduction by Design, Toxic Nerve Agent, and Morbid Cross.
I believe that's Sunday, actually.
Sunday, yeah. Okay, yep. Then I have a whole bunch of Philly shows that are probably out of your listening range.
Just shout them out.
Cognitive's tour kicks off at, I believe it's 3rd and Girard. Or Harper's. No, it's at Harper's on the 2nd, which is, what's that, Tuesday?
Sure.
That's a good show. Really solid lineup. That's in Atco, Clementon, New Jersey. Harper's Pub. It's Spectral Descent and Cognitive and Stillbirth and Placenta Power Fist. That's a great band name.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous of that band name. That is awesome.
And what they play? Power metal?
Yeah, no, this is about as far from being power metal as you're going to get.
I got another one for next Friday, June 5th, 7 to 9 at the Cecil College Elkton Station is Dazed and Confused as a tribute to Led Zeppelin.
Sweet.
Yeah, so I think that's a cover band playing that.
Tribute band.
Tribute band. My apologies. But yeah, 2 weeks ago, Joe Sharp was in and he gave away tickets to that. So
Yeah.
And we did get winner for that.
Right on.
Yeah.
There's some really solid tribute bands around. I'm not a big fan of cover bands, and I'm not ragging nobody, but tribute band-wise, there's some really solid tribute. Into the Void is a Black Sabbath tribute band that if you are into old 70s style metal, you will find no tribute band that does it better than them guys. They're out of Jersey. They come down, they play at JB McGinnis all the time. They're all over. They tour all over the place. They play everywhere.
That's awesome.
And
isn't there one for Maiden around here?
there is Sanctuary, and there's another one. They're both phenomenal. But Sanctuary is, I couldn't believe that dude pulled the vocal off like he did. I looked at him when I came into the bar, and I'm a kind of a snob when it comes to some of my music. So I'm like, man, there's no way this guy's going to be able to pull these proof tickets and vocals off. And yeah, he did a very good job of it. My mind was blown. And there's two other Zeppelin ones. There's Mothership is a great tribute band. And then in Dover this weekend is the Get the Let Out. I don't know if you've heard of them. They
I think I've heard their name floating
They
around.
are a world touring Led Zeppelin tribute band. And
oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it gets any closer. I mean, that good. That good. The guys got the John Bonham and the Jimmy Page. Those two dudes have it down.
That's awesome. Let me see if there's anything else coming up in the near future. Nothing that I'm seeing on my event list.
I have a bunch of shows coming up in the not so near future. I mean, I could spit some at you.
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
Let's see. We go west to Ohio and Pittsburgh in the end of July, the 24th and the 25th. We're in Philly on the 13th of June. We are supposedly, I think we're going to be on the New York Death Fest.
Cool.
which is October. Lots, man. There's so many. Dave would be the guy right now to rattle all these off to you.
Well, he's
I'm
not
just
here.
so occupied with so many things. That's why I have a smartphone. It tells me when things are coming up.
That's great, yeah.
Like this morning, I got up and it said, Radio, Dean.
Well, that's good, because it would have been pretty embarrassing if I was just sitting here waiting for you and was like, oh, he's not here.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But let's talk about a couple other local bands real quick, if you don't mind.
Sure, go ahead.
There's a lot of bands out there you guys should check out, depending on what kind of music you're into. If you do like black metal, you can get some Crucifier. Rob, I know you've been blowing my phone up. There's your shout out. Those guys are solid. Old school OG black metal. Kaz Grant and Rob and Chris Kearns and them guys, they throw it down. And then there's a lot of bands out of Philly that I've been getting really tight with. A lot of good dudes. Dark Water's End and Kill the Stigmatic.
Yeah.
And Disgorgement and there's so many good bands lately, and that's what kills me is when I hear all these people say about dead music scenes and this and that. And if you think the music scene's dead, the reason it's dead is because of you, because of someone exactly like you. You're the one that's killing it, because there are thousands of musicians out there playing their hearts out every night of the week at a million bars across the country to 17 people because you didn't want to get off the couch. But you say the music scene's dead. The music scene isn't dead. What's dead is your motivation to get up and to go out and to see a show and to support bands. And on the same note, every band out there that you love that is huge, everything from Metallica to Faith No More to Behemoth, every one of those bands at one point in time were playing divey little bars all across the country, or well, in Poland, or what have you.
Yeah,
and they were all a local metal band, or rock band, or whatever. At one point, AC/DC and Led Zeppelin were local bands. I mean,
I think the type of band that just immediately just pops out on the big stage is a more recent thing. Kind of like those bands come to mind, like Baby Metal, and not 100% on Butcher Babies, but I think they're like on the same thing. They kind of just.
I'm not a big fan of the Butcher Babies because of the whole. They have a particular aspect to their live show that I don't think is very what's the word here I'm looking for? It's not productive for the metal scene, and especially for women in metal. I know a lot of tremendous women vocalists who really sing their butt off all the time and bring their A game to every show. And then I see these chicks and Butcher Babies take their shirts off and with the pasties, or even not. It was like it was electrical tape, and that's why you have 10,000 dudes in the crowd, because they're staring at your bare chest. They're not liking your music.
Yeah,
they're there for a $12 strip show. Yeah, and I can like Volpe. She sings her heart out 100% all the time. Great female singer. That's what chick singers should be doing. Put your heart into the music. Don't be a slut. I wonder how that would work if I tried to play naked. I bet you there would be nobody in the bar. There'd be nobody. Nobody would want to see that. That would be
see
horrendous.
a bar clear out so fast.
That would be horrendous. That would be a cool thing. How much money did I make tonight? None. You owe us $435. You ran everybody out of the bar. We got to pay the electric. There's just so many good local bands. Like I was saying, there's so many good bands around. Get out, get to a show. It doesn't always have to be going out and getting drunk. Go out and spend a couple dollars. I mean, there's umpteen shows in every city, everywhere, every night. For any kind of music. I mean, I'm friends with guys in rock bands and hardcore bands and punk bands and heavy metal bands and black metal bands and death metal bands, and that every day on my Facebook page there's somebody playing some kind of show somewhere.
Yep.
And I mean, hey, if covers are what you want, maybe you want to go out and you want to hang out with your wife and drink mixed fruity drinks and listen to Jay Giles' band. Cool. There is a band out there playing right now, working for money, playing somewhere, and there's 17 people there staring at them blankly. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've played. Here you go. We drove 3 hours north to what was supposed to be a great venue in Clifton, New Jersey. And when we get there, there was the other bands. That's who we played to. 9 guys from the 3 other bands. The other band didn't even show up yet. We didn't even get to play for the last band. How sad is that?
Well, actually, to put that in more perspective, if you're looking at it from a monetary perspective, you spend. I
spent $240 on gas, tolls, food, and drinks, and made nothing that night.
Well, I meant for the spectator. You could spend like $30 for a ticket just for yourself, and you see about like 3 bands at the Troc. Not knocking on any of those, the bands or the Troc. Or you could spend $5 and
see
go to a
5
bar
bands.
and see 5 bands. Exactly. So you get more bang for your buck.
Right.
You get more
variety.
variety.
And then you get $25 still in your pocket to buy you some drinks and something to eat.
Or a T-shirt.
Or a T-shirt.
Or if you want a T-shirt.
Right.
Or something. Or use it
Corpse Hoarder has plenty of merch to sale. Buy a koozie. Get a sticker for free.
And that's the clearest he's spoken to the mic all day.
Yeah. We have T-shirts, multiple designs, all sizes. Women's shirts coming soon.
That's great.
We have koozies and buttons, and we're going to get some hats soon, and we're merch people.
Wristbands.
That would be a good one, too.
I would personally rock a wristband.
I've heard a lot of really good merch ideas lately. So anybody who's listening, if you got some cool merch ideas like shot glasses and things like that, throw them my way. If I can put Corpse Hoarder on something and sell it to somebody, I will do it. I will sell you a Toyota Camry with Corpse Hoarder spray painted in yellow on the side if that's what you want to buy.
Got dog collars for when you release the hounds.
Wow. No, we don't. We should.
All right, so that was Vader, Sword of the Witcher. I think I played that like last week too, but you know what? Who cares?
Funny enough, I used to play an online Facebook game with the lead guitar player, Peter.
Really?
Yeah, it's funny.
Candy
I've
Crush?
been playing this game. No, it was called Villains. And I've been playing this game for like 7 or 8 months. And then I get in this conversation about music with this guy. And he's like, you ever heard of the band Vader? I'm like, of course. He's like, yeah, I play guitar in the band. I'm like, no, you don't.
You messing with me, bro.
Then he blew up my inbox with pictures. I'm like, oh, okay. My bad.
That's awesome, though.
That's pretty cool, man. So let's play some other local
Yeah, man.
metal bands.
Supremia?
Supremia, Mr. Lou Ferreira.
Yeah.
That guy.
That guy.
That guy.
What
He's
a guy.
handful.
What a guy.
And Ryan. I'm not going to say anything bad about Brian. He's cool. But Ryan and Lou, yeah, you're lucky I'm on the air, and it's got to be clean.
All right, so I'm spinning something from With Winter Comes Despair.
Awesome.
And this is Life of Fantasy. Boom.
Yeah!
All right, 2 local bands, Supremia and Infernal Opera. Good stuff.
Opera. Great band.
Yeah, that was
all great people too.
Yeah, that was from their most recent release. The Avenging Phoenix came out earlier in March.
I'm really jelly of the artwork on that album. That's phenomenal artwork.
And an appropriate time to use jelly because that's incredible artwork.
That is incredible. I tell you what, Flesh Engine's album had incredible artwork on it too. They put out an album last year, or by this point it might have been the year before last, the very end of. But I want to think it was like the beginning of last year, and it's got phenomenal artwork on it too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
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 It's good stuff.
Always been a big fan of artwork, man, whether it be not just the album cover either, Growing up as a metal kid, I always liked to buy a new album and get it home and fold the cassette out, man, and have this big giant awesome like Power Slave or Justice for All or whatever. You fold it out, it's got all the cool little pictures and lyrics or liner notes or whatever in there. It was always another cool part of actually buying a tape or a record or anything. Nowadays it's digital, and if you buy it digital, you get like a digital copy of the artwork. That's a little picture on a computer screen or
which
on
is
your
cool
phone.
I mean, you can make that like a wallpaper, but
that's about it.
Yeah.
That's about it. Right now for wallpaper in my garage, I have 12 Iron Maiden posters, a couple Kiss records hanging on the wall. That's my wallpaper. That's real wallpaper.
Yeah. So it's time to wrap up because it is almost 7 now. We've been having a real good time.
Excellent.
So got anything to request to wind down with or end with, rather?
Yeah, how about some let's put a little Hansel and a Shone in your life. Let's play the World Lost. Play the World Lost, the one with Bjorn Strid.
You got it.
Lions
for the Sheep.
Lions for
World
the
Lost.
Sheep.
Thank you, Mike, for coming in.
Thanks for having me, Dean. I appreciate it. Thank you all for listening. I hope to see you guys, a bunch of y'all tomorrow night at Mojo 13 in Claymont there.
8 p.m.
8 p.m.
Scruffo's birthday bash.
Thanks again, man.
Thank you. All right, so this is World Lost, Lions for the Sheep. Here we go.
upon the way.